What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. Fat minute since I've recorded. It seems like I posted about a week ago, but I haven't recorded in a while. So I got a few new things done to the car. Well, not really new, it was just wear and tear parts. I got 2 new fresh tires in the front. So apparently the last guy who owned the car, he didn't have it aligned, so the inner parts of the tire were already worn down, showing cords. So, you know, it is what it is. I didn't catch it early enough, and frankly, when I bought the car, it was probably like that. But, you know, shame on me for not checking that. So I got 2 new tires up in the front. I got some Pilot Sport 4S's. I wanted to just get the Super Sports, but they're on back order. So now I have 2 Super Sports in the rear, 4S's in the front. It is what it is. The camera turned off, sorry guys. The camera overheated, so if you can't hear me over the AC, I'll try to speak louder, but that's what happened. But anyway, yeah, I got the 2 new front tires. I got an oil change, some AMS oil. I highly recommend it. So far, the car heats up the temperature a lot faster, and it cools down a lot faster too. But the whole purpose of this video is I just wanted to kind of cover what it's like going from a V6 Mustang, a 3.7. Shout out to all the 3.7 owners. And then going to a Shelby GT350. So I'm gonna go over cost, you know, like the attention the car gets in general and whatnot. So first, the cost of owning a Shelby versus a V6 is obviously ridiculously different. Tires, you can get, I mean, I guess it all depends on how much you want to spend on tires and whatnot, but for these front 2 tires, I spent about $1,000. The oil change, that's not going to be that much different. You're just going to pay for a little bit more oil. The camera keeps overheating on me, but hopefully it stays on. The car is nice and cool. So I was talking about the cost, and it's kind of up to you. All maintenance parts, so like wear and tear items, so like tires, getting new oil changes, all the same. It's all going to be roughly about the same. You'll pay a little bit extra just because you have to have more of whatever, so more oil, bigger, wider tires and whatnot. Secondly, I kind of want to talk about like the attention the car gets. So when I had a V6, people didn't really like care too much about the Mustang. You're like, it's just whatever, it's a V6 Mustang. They didn't give it a lot of respect, which is something that I never liked, and I think it's kind of silly. Now that I have the Shelby, everybody like looks at the car, they're always giving me thumbs up, and you know, that's cool, but just because the car's more expensive or just because it has 2 more cylinders shouldn't really matter, you know. Like, if you put a lot of work into your car, you know, you babied it, you put a whole bunch of like blood, sweat, and tears, like, you should be proud of your car. Don't let anybody tell you that your car isn't cool or whatnot, you know. Died once again, but right now I'm under some shade. I just got to my haircut spot, so I'm gonna get a haircut. When I come back, I'm just gonna, you know, kind of finish going over my thoughts about what it's like going from a V6 to a V8, or basically a GT350. So once I'm done, I'll see you guys back in a couple minutes. All right, so I'm back. I got the haircut, but before we finish the video, I just want to ask you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like these videos. Let's get me to 100 subscribers by the end of the summer. I'm real close, so thank you to those who actually drop comments and like the videos. So this last part. Now let's talk about the speed, what the difference is. So the 3.7, for what it was pretty good. Like, it was a naturally aspirated V6. It came with 305 horsepower, like 280 pound-feet of torque. It only weighed about 3,500 pounds if I'm correct, maybe 36. I'd have to look that back up, but it doesn't really matter. The kind of cars that I could beat in the 3.7 were things like 370Zs, 350Zs. After it became full bolt-on, I was walking STIs. The newer generation WRXs were like, you know, better competition than the STIs. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, or at least like opposite of what it should be, but the WRXs are direct injection, so they get more horsepower gains mod per mod than the STIs. What else would I be able to beat? I was beating V6 Camaros, you know, RT Challengers I was able to beat. Now, switching from that, 305 horsepower, well, it was about 310 wheel horsepower after it became full bolt-on. Let me go here. this nice gentleman let me go. So like I said, going from about 310 wheel horsepower to 526 to the crank, which turns out to be about 465 to the wheel, it's a huge difference. Like, I have yet to get beat by any car. Actually, I'll give it to him. The N4 did beat me, but it's kind of like up in the air because he did have a passenger, but he did have downpipes and intakes. So, you know, it's kind of up to you guys whether you want to say which one's faster. Either way, they're going to be about the same, stock for stock. I probably am going to lose my first race tomorrow. I'm going to be racing a 2004, I believe, Dodge Viper. It's a V10. Those cars only weigh like 3,400 pounds, you know, making 400 plus horsepower. And this car is actually modified. So if you don't want to miss that video, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, so you'll be able to see it when I eventually upload the video. Also, ooh, there's a pretty gnarly crash right here. Hopefully the 360 camera can pick it up. Ooh, he ran straight into the pole. Oh, and also on Sunday, I'm gonna be going on my first autocross event, so I'm pretty excited for that. Luckily, it's right by my house. It's literally like down the street. I didn't know that when I signed up, and I just signed up and it happened to work out that way. So I also wanted to talk about the cost of modifications. So I already kind of touched upon like wear and tear items, like you know, like tires, oil changes, brakes, and whatnot. Aftermarket support, there is quite a bit of aftermarket support on these cars, but every part is significantly more expensive. You don't really get a lot of cheap bootleg parts that you would with like the 3.7s. For the most part, the parts that you can find are going to be like high quality parts, so that's probably why you don't have to worry too much about like getting something that's not going to fit, unless you know, obviously you go to eBay or something like that for your parts. But if you're driving a car like this, Shelby GT350, you're probably not going to be cheaping out on parts. Not to say that any other, you know, platform people would tend to cheap out on parts, but you know, pulling into McDonald's, gonna get salmon frappe. Hey, can I get 2 caramel frappuccinos?
And then what else would you like?
That's gonna be it.
Alright, thanks, sir.
You too. Alright guys, well I guess that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. More content like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and thank you to all those of you who actually do that. For the meantime, I'm gonna take the long way home. Maybe we can get a few races in, but until next time, see you later. We got a 5.0. It's either a 5.0 or an EcoBoost right behind us, so let's see if we can get them. See if we can get them to run. It's a Shelby 5.2. So we got to run it with the 5.0. It wasn't as fast as I thought it was, but hey, at least we got a race in this video. I wasn't recording, but I pulled up next to him and I asked him if he had anything done to it, and he said just an intake. It's just a flat regular 5.0. I don't know how believable that is. The car was stupid loud and it was kind of choppy. I wouldn't say it was cammed. It didn't seem that fast to be cammed, but it might have had a ghost cam tune, which tells me it's probably tuned. And yeah, it was slammed on the ground. Like, it was so low. I don't know how you could possibly, you know, there it goes. It was so low that I don't think it was like coilovers or springs. It was too low. It must have been bagged. So, but yeah, luckily I got a race for you guys against the 5.0. So that's gonna be it for the video. I'm just gonna take it home. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like I said before, like the video, comment and subscribe, and thank you for the ones that do. See you later.